That's fucking boring. Okay, so apparently that's the state song of Alaska.
Well,
and
it helps that they have the northern lights. I mean, you can get that in Alaska for sure.
it just basically describes the flag.
Yeah.
Alaska. We're gonna get to you in a minute.
Alaska.
Alabama was pissed when we told them that you came after them. The alphabet. Alaska, the best place to go, or not a really great place to go, probably, if you're a furry.
Yeah, and you're looking for Bigfoot.
Okay.
Apparently Bigfoot's up there.
I wouldn't go there if you're a furry.
You wouldn't go there if you're a furry.
No.
But you think you're going to get sexually assaulted by Bigfoot?
Tomorrow we're going to talk about.
Tomorrow?
Oh, maybe. Unless you wanted to talk about it.
Tomorrow's Saturday, dude.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Monday, as it were. On Maniacal Monday.
Yes. What are we going to talk about?
We're hopefully going to learn more about, is Prince Albert really going to be in the can? Dun-dun-dun. Prince Albert going to jail? Stripped of all of his titles.
He'll be stripped of his Prince Albert in a can if he has one.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's it.
You like my little joke there?
Yes, I did.
I'm correct. The metal detector would pick that up.
Is his dick pierced? I don't know.
But yeah, Prince Albert in a can.
You might find yourself on Dick of the Week, Prince Albert, once we figure out all this shit that's going on.
Yeah, and once what's her name? Grisanya or whatever her name is, throws him under the bus. Is she gonna throw him?
Ghislaine.
Yeah, throws him under the bus.
Oh, semen is tight.
Speaking of semen, Tucker blasts a full load. Right in the face.
You know what?
Justice Kavanaugh.
The Cuck has been going after the big conservatives lately.
He's hitting.
He
was like, I hit Ted Cruz like that, and they all look at him.
They're like, oh, now you need to go after.
Dude, you can't enable the Cuck. He won't ever stop.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear him talk?
Yeah. Oh, always.
All right.
So much for coming on. So does this mean
and by always,
that
I mean
millions
never,
of Americans who are waiting to get fired from their jobs because they won't obey this?
Obey?
All right, you want to unpack that? Not even first sentence? So there's millions of people.
Well, I'm trying to figure out.
Quit their job. They're waiting to lose their jobs.
No, wait.
Okay.
The headline says Tucker blasts Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh.
We'll get to that, apparently.
And he's talking about people waiting to lose their jobs. Is he just pulling shit out of?
Well, no. So what he's doing is because he's saying that like the Supreme Court's not doing enough to strike down Biden's vaccine mandate, right?
Oh, I see.
So millions of people are just waiting to lose their jobs because they refuse to, as Cuck put it,
jobs because they won't obey this arbitrary command from the president, can keep their jobs?
Wait a minute.
Glenn Beck.
Can we look up arbitrary? Can the Cuck? Hey, Cuck, can you look up arbitrary in the dictionary? It's not really. It's kind of the opposite.
Well, thank you, Tucker. This is
arbitrary
a ruling, and it is indeed a reprieve for the millions of Americans who work for employers who do not wish to impose this mandate on their workers. But if you work for an employer who already is imposing a mandate based on their own initiative or because of a state rule imposing such a mandate, then you're in a completely different situation. So I represent the Daily Wire, which has over 100
shameless plug.
You still like her?
The Daily Wire took a stand early on, saying that they would not comply with what they view as an unconstitutional mandate. They're very happy today that their workers don't have to do this, although many have voluntarily agreed to be vaccinated. What this is showing us, Tucker, is that,
so many of them have volunteered to be vaccinated.
Yeah, it makes
like they're like,
I'm turning myself in. Here.
Here.
Microchip me, just fine.
Fine, I'll get vaccinated. She insisted I get vaccinated.
Oh my God, she works for the Daily Wire.
Oh God, well,
you were lusting after her.
I think she's the one that
said. Right now, we have a 3-to-1 in terms of the number of the federal mandates that President Biden has tried to push. 3 of them have been struck down so far, and only the one today with healthcare workers, which I disagree with, but that has gone forward. So 10 million healthcare workers do have to get vaccinated if they wish to keep their jobs in a covered facility.
Oh, what a
which is really
shock!
unfortunate given the
Healthcare workers who are who care for immunocompromised people all the time are required to be immune to the virus.
Fuck out of here, man. But she says it again. I'm pretty sure this is the same person that said it.
No, with no help from Brett Kavanaugh, I notice.
No help.
Cringing little liberal.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm not going to ask you to respond to that.
Cringing little liberal. I'm not going to ask you to respond to that. That'd be like, okay, so-and-so is Tucker Carlson is the same as shameless little douchebag. I'm not going to ask you to respond on that.
So
Oh, look, she smiled.
At this point, you have to kind of wonder, does democracy still exist? Because the mandates that are still in place have been imposed by, say, mayors or governors.
Okay, look, so MTG, this is how you do
exactly.
it. This is what you're
I was just thinking of her, and I was thinking, if you cut her statement in there about using the Second Amendment on Democrats, if you cut that in there with what he just said.
Place have been imposed by, say, mayors or governors, not legislatures. I don't think any legislature has passed a mandate, but executives who don't have legislative authority just saying this is now the law.
I'm sorry.
It's called an executive order, and I
Googled it.
Your butt boy did many of them.
He doesn't like him anymore.
Is that how the country's going to run going forward?
Is that how yeah.
It's going to run that way if legislators of both parties don't step forward and stop it. And to their credit, some legislators in some states have done that, and they've revoked the emergency authority of some governors. But many more in states like California, New York, Illinois, other states like that.
States like California who are doing very well.
And let the governors take the heat. Now we're 2 years into this thing. One of the cases.
2 years into what? I thought it was all fake.
Hasn't reached the Supreme Court yet. A full quarter of the American workforce works for companies that are federal contractors.
Stop it. I thought it was going to end after the election.
I thought you were just telling me to stop it. I was like, I'm not doing anything.
That was funny. Okay,
anything.
do it again.
So far, that ruling has been blocked. But, with these justices, like you just said, we could see conservative justices on the wrong side of this issue when that case reaches the Supreme Court.
Oh, that is a shot across the bow. That's what's happening here. They're like, looking at you, Brett Kavanaugh, you cringy little bitch.
But he's not.
He is the one to go after. He is the cringy bitch.
He is the cringy bitch. He is the cringy bitch. But they're not political.
They're not going after
SCOTUS isn't political.
Right.
Which it probably will, given, although right now all the courts of appeals are striking it down. So this is a scary situation. We have unelected judges and in some cases unelected health officials in cities.
That's after Fauci.
Who are imposing regulations that govern a significant portion of our economy. This is not.
Imagine the medical scientists are determining policy for science. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go back to
telling us, Tucker, is that right now we have a 3-to-1 in terms of the number of the federal mandates that President Biden has tried to push. 3 of them have been struck down so far, and only the one today with healthcare workers, which I disagree with, but that has gone forward. So 10 million healthcare workers do have to get vaccinated.
What was it?
What do you guys think about that?
What was it you were looking for?
I was looking for something that doesn't mean anything. It's
okay.
just funny.
So what do I think about what?
Your healthcare workers being vaccinated.
You heard me comment about that, and you cranked up the volume while I was talking.
Oh, damn it.
What I said was, imagine immunocompromised people go to the doctor and they expect that their healthcare workers are vaccinated against the virus
acting like this hasn't been the thing
that they can't get a vaccine for because they're immunocompromised.
Hey, whatever. You know what? Some dude you don't know is touching your fucking food, and now thanks to the Supreme Court, or thanks to this thing, it's like, dude, I thought we were done talking about COVID, but we can't help ourselves when it comes to these jackasses. By the way, somewhere in here in this thing, she says shortage, and I'm pretty sure she's the same woman that says
sauce shortage.
I think this is the sauce shortage lady.
Oh,
Harmeet Dillon, Center for American Liberty.
Okay,
that is the kind of person that I look for my health care.
Oh yeah,
research.
Yeah, somebody who works for the Daily Wire. That's some top-notch journalism right there.
imposing such a mandate, then you're in a completely different situation. So I represent the daily.
So if we do something, we're in a completely different situation than if we don't do something. Hard-hitting report there from Harmeet Dillon and Cuck himself.
Oh God, he looks so great.
He's after Kavanaugh now. I mean, I guess might as well go after the low-hanging fruit. Guy is an idiot.
He is a little bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, with no help from Beck Kavanaugh, I noticed cringing little liberal. So he said that shit.
So now Kavanaugh's going to be like, I'm not a cringing little liberal.
No, he's gonna be like, give you a beer.
Yep. I like beer.
I like beer. Shit. All right. Well, we got 5 minutes left. You ready
Well,
to do this?
Rochambeau?
I got to do the lesson too.
Okay.
But
Okay.
whatever.
Quick Rochambeau.
Quick Rochambeau. I'll do the lesson. Ah,
Oh, you won this time.
I won.
Okay.
That
So you
means
go
you go
first.
first.
Oh, I go first. Okay.
No, I mean, I guess you get to choose.
Okay. I'll
By
go
the way, I
first.
like to change the rules. These stories we're telling you, they don't have to be. They no longer have to be current because it's too fun to look in the
I
past.
already broke that rule yesterday when it was a rule. Now it's
a rule.
okay. So I've got my Alaska man story here.
I got mine too. I just want to show you this his picture real quick.
Oh,
That's
God.
it. Tell him what
Okay.
you saw. Tell him.
I saw a adolescent-looking, pimply, tiny, skinny
Okay.
dude in a orange jumpsuit.
And a helmet. He's
Oh,
wearing a helmet.
is that for his own protection?
Let's just say this story. It's a little too late.
Okay. I can already tell that
It's also sad.
you're gonna win this one.
No,
Okay, you know what?
My
I tried
story's
to.
my story's actually pretty depressing.
I tried
But
to keep mine uplifting.
I
so,
know. So I figured since I got you yesterday.
okay, so the headline pretty much says it all. Man kicks 500-pound bear, survives
There were
attack.
so many bear stories that I had to find them.
Well, there was one that just kept popping up about a guy who was stalked by a bear for like 3 weeks. He was like surviving by himself, and this bear was just barreling down on him for weeks. And he finally got rescued. It was this huge thing in Alaska.
I thought it was a Furby. It liked my flowers.
I was at the
I
furry
gave it some
convention.
honeysuckles.
I
and
thought
some
it was
honey.
I thought it was just the cutie from the furry convention.
Well, you never know in Alaska. Is that it's like that's what like sometimes you see something you're like, is that something in the wild?
Yeah.
But they're like in downtown Juneau, like, is that a bear?
Is that a Bigfoot?
Is that a Bigfoot? Is that a moose?
Didn't they just have on Northern
double-
Exposure? They
what-
just have a moose like walking across.
When do you
every now and
fucking
then.
double take a bear? They don't. They're like, oh yeah, that's a bear.
Alaska, an Alaska man survived a bear attack last week, telling troopers he believed he kicked the animal until it went away.
Oh, somehow I
That's-
doubt that.
The man was riding a bike along
In Alaska,
a
bear
riverbed.
kicks you to get away.
A riverbed in Cantwell, roughly 200 miles north of Anchorage, when he saw the bear running toward him, according to a news release from Alaska
And he went,
Wildlife
is that a
Service.
bear? And his buddy's putting on tennis shoes.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have to outrun the bear.
Bad joke.
He told troopers that he jumped off his bike and started yelling at the bear before falling to the ground and covering his face.
We got a mountain biker.
He believes he then kicked the roughly 500-pound bear.
Now, is this really an Alaska man, or is this a man who found himself in Alaska mountain biking?
I have no idea. He was in Alaska and he kicked the shit out of a bear. The animal bit the man below his right knee before retreating. So the bear did get a
It's like
dig.
nothing but gristle.
Yeah, we don't taste very good,
Probably not.
apparently. According to troopers, the man was able to call a friend for help. He then received treatment at a medical center for puncture wounds and a laceration. Troopers say the man was carrying a firearm but didn't use it.
Oh, well, that's, hey, you know what?
He went on his instincts and it worked.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, those bears, they're not like, I mean, black bears. I've seen black bears up close, but they're not that big. Will rip your arm
Well,
off.
500 pounds is not a small animal.
No, that's a big bear.
So that's my Alaska man story. Now let's.
Oh, not today, Satan.
Okay, now let's get your downer.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping I got to play this.
But now he's dead.
Nope.
Speaking of not,
I was trying to keep it uplifting.
Yeah, I know.
Now
Now
we
he's
got-
not dead.
Now we've got
And now
Debbie
he's not dead.
Downer.
News. Alaska men are bulletproof. So this idiot, I read a story like this once before.
Oh my God! This is what
Jealous
happened.
lover.
This is what happened on
This guy-
Preacher.
this
the guy
guy-
that shoots himself in the face. He killed his girlfriend.
That's exactly what this dude did. He shot himself in the head,
Survived.
survived, but it killed his girlfriend. Hit her in the chest and killed her. Gun safety, people. Alaska is known for having 10 guns for every half a person. That's why they're like huge gun theft place. A lot of guns.
So are people in Alaska going to evolve to have multiple
Firearms, yeah,
appendages
just
so
firearm-
that they
extra
can
firearms.
carry like 5 guns at a
More guns.
time?
Oh, God.
They're going to evolve. They're going to have arms growing out of their waists.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a right hater. Guns. More guns. More guns. Raining guns.
That's just funny because in
All
my
right.
story, the guy had a gun, but he didn't use it. He kicked the goddamn bear. That guy was hardcore.
Not to be outdone by Alabama.
Yeah.
Alaska comes in, slides into home plate, I think, with my story of another person like with too much time on his hands, jilted lover, and he literally looks like he's got a hole in his fucking one side of his head. Like he shot himself right here.
He grazed himself. It looks like it probably went through the side of his head, and he's
Mm.
probably got a metal plate there now.
So does that get murder? What do you think?
It's probably like 2nd-degree manslaughter, something like that. I don't know.
I heard the last story I read like this, the guy got charged. He got charged with like weapons possession or illegal use of firearms, but not illegal use of a firearm.
So what is it? Based on the evidence, it's a fair explanation that it was possible that Simpson attempted to kill himself. So it might just be ruled an accident.
He might just be bad at aiming.
Well, that's what it sounds like. I don't think he intended to kill her. I think he probably was playing with the gun, threatening to kill himself, doing the emotional blackmail thing. And
Well, if you want to answer your question, you got 2nd-degree murder.
he got 2nd-degree murder. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
That'll do
Well,
it.
that
He faces a sentence of 15 to 99 years in prison.
there must have been some aggravated stuff going on there. He was probably threatening her. That's probably.
Said they dated for years. So
He
what are
has
the
not
odds?
yet retained an attorney.
No, and he's got $250,000 bond, which means he's not going anywhere
Right.
anytime soon.
Right.
Since you're here, it's okay. He doesn't mind. He doesn't have a lot on his mind. After that,
Well, he
So-
got something to take his mind off.
oh God, the best way to a woman's heart is with a bullet through your head. Although, if you feel like we don't promote suicide here,
No, or homicide.
but if you want to kill somebody else, opt for the other option. Don't do it.
The law frowns on such things.
Yes, the law frowns on such activity. So, me leaving on a dark note is great.
Yeah. Well, who wins?
Well, you had the uplifting story.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
win.
I picked this one because it was the only one that wasn't bear related. Plus, I use a different search engine than you do.
Oh, you use DuckDuckGo?
I use Sproing.
Sproing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the latest.
Okay.
If you
I
don't want
will-
to find anything that's on Google, try
Noted.
Sproing.
You know how I search for my stories? I go to Google and I look at images, and the images lead me to.
Go to Google and look up Bing.
There you go.
I don't know. Type in discount Bing and see what happens. What would you get?
Bing is like old.
I don't know. On that note, get dog. Get yourself dog today.
Did your kid vomit all over the living room floor?
Get dog. All right. Well, that's it for fucking Friday.
That's it.
What did
That's
you?
it.
What did you think?
That's it for a week.
What's-
I think, with the exception of Tuesday, we had an excellent week.
What's wrong with Tuesday?
You really want to get into it
Have
right
a coke
now?
and a smile and shut the fuck up.
All right. As always, the lesson comes at the end. You guys, lesson for the end of the week is MTG. Don't listen to MTG. Don't drink pee.
That's 2 lessons.
Are we living in history? I don't know. Questions I ask myself every day. We're reliving history. Come on, man. Let's do it differently. It's like the only difference between now and 100 years ago is cell phones and this.
And better science.
Well, I mean, obviously, but
It's
we had it pretty
like
good back then.
what?
We had it good back then. We had great science back then. It's just everybody was like, how much money can we make off of this other thing? That it's like, what is it? Ant-Man, when the guy invents the gun that turns people into goo. I think it was in or no, it was like the military's there to buy these weapons, and they got this gun that turns people into goo, and then he's just like, well, I also have this other thing, and they're like, let's go with that. It's just a totally stupid thing. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't either.
Seen it at the show on Friday, but anyway, we had the technology. Like, we just abused our powers for fucking evil. And COVID, take out as many of these fucking idiots as you possibly can.
Yeah, I'll just get out of the way. That's all I'm gonna do.
What do I say to my kids about like what's happening? Nothing. They're adults, actually. They're all grown up. They actually say things to me like, "You drink too much." Just shit like that. You need to quit drinking.
Mine says you're being exploited.
Yeah. So the lesson is don't drink pee. That's it.
And really don't
Are
drink
we done talking
MGT's
about
pee.
pee?
I don't think we're ever going to
Don't
be
listen
done
to MTG.
talking about pee until the shit comes. And it'll happen sooner than we think.
On Monday's segment, when we're going to talk about what the modifiers and multipliers, magnifiers, force multipliers are for these. We have to lay that out.
For the dicks?
Yeah, so that you guys have like a, what level that they have to be at.
So
right now, MTG, it's like, come on, girl, you got to step up your game. You may be the Michael Jordan of saying batshit crazy stuff right now. But, Matt Gaetz is always looking over your shoulder like a little fucking creeper.
Yeah, and you're kind of discount Trump.
Hey,
you're
MTG.
Doing Trump stuff.
Hey, MTG, hanging out with Matt Gaetz. How old are your children?
Oh.
Whatever their age is, probably not old enough for Matt Gaetz.
No,
and
it's probably not young enough for Matt Gaetz.
And on that note. What?
On that note.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I blame you for that. I am the Jake Tyler.
I am your Ms. Parker.
This is nothing.
That's the end.
Get out and go play with your fucking kids.
Yeah.
That's how we used to use it.
Put on a mask.
Get out and go play with your fucking kids. Put on, make them put on a mask.
Now you know.